Hello everybody, welcome back. I'd just like to provide an updated video on the avocado plants that I've been planting. A couple of weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, I had uploaded a video of transplanting the seeds that I had. These 5 cups of seeds were previously in water, and I transplanted them into soil. And there had been some progress in a few of them, and I'd like to document that. But also wanted to show the progress of my plants that I had already potted in soil previously. So this was the first one here. Since from 2 weeks ago, we have these top leaves that had grown, and the bottom here seems to be wilting or drooping. And I just did some research on it, and it looked like the reason behind that may be because it's too hot, or you got too much sun, or more importantly, didn't get enough water. So these plants are placed on my windowsill where it doesn't get direct sun. So I don't think it's because of the heat, or I don't think it's because of the sun, but it has been quite warm lately, so it could be because of the heat, but most likely most likely the cause will be because that I haven't watered it that much. I've noticed that the soil here was kind of moist, so I wasn't trying to overwater it, and there's accumulation of water here now because I've been watering it and spraying the leaves. So hopefully in a day or so the leaves will perk up again, but I'll keep monitoring that. Okay, now for the next one, this one here is has grown so much. 2 weeks ago, I think it was only about this tall, and in the 2 week time, it had grown another 4 or 5 inches. And it's surprising because if you take a look at this, the amount of soil is very shallow, so there's not very much room for the roots to expand out. But surprisingly, it has grown so tall. And I'm very happy about this because this was the seed that had split in half, and no, because I was pinching it from the top, trying to clean it. But as I mentioned in the last video, I squeezed it both together because roots were growing out of both sides, both halves of the seed, and planted it about a month or so, 2 months ago, and now it's sprouted so much. And most of the growth had come in the last 2 weeks because, well, actually 3 weeks, because about a week before I made the previous video, the stem has started to come out. And we noticed another stem down here that is starting to grow. So this one I'm very happy about. And another thing too with this is that last video I showed that it was in this container where I had some standing water on the bottom, but after reading or watching other videos, I decided that I won't put any more standing water down there because the possibility of root rot may occur if the roots are continually wet. So I'll just keep it dry, or I'll just keep it outside of that container and water it, monitoring it for watering. So this one I'm pretty happy about. Okay, so these are the seeds that I had planted from, or transplanted from water. Okay, so seed number 1, this one shows no progress. Okay, this is the one that had a lot of molding, or the white growth on the roots. So you can also tell that the seed here looks like it's starting to shrivel up. So maybe this one won't amount to much. But anyway, this is seed number 1. Same with seed number 2 over here. This looks like, yeah, it looks like it's starting to shrivel up over here. I've been keeping the soil wet. I also poked, I see, I don't think we can tell here, but I've poked holes on the bottom so that we'll let any excess water drip out. So this one here, number 2, is no progress in growth. Seed number 3, also have no progress. We saw that there were 4 or 5 green shoots coming out before we planted this. Some of the, here's some roots that you can see down here. And number 3 was overwatered before, and I can still feel the water dripping out because on all of these I've poked holes on the bottom to make sure that we get proper drainage. Now number 4 is my surprise one. Most happy with this. This is the one where the stem had started to come out, grow out from the side because the top of the seed has not split. So in the previous video, it had only grown up about half an inch outside of the seed, and now it's grown another 2 inches. So this one is the only one that seems to have made a lot of progress. So this is seed number 4. Seed number 5 was the special one in which the roots had all broken off. And I believe we have roots growing again right here. So hopefully, oh yeah, here's more roots down here. And hopefully the roots will be growing first, and then promote more growth from the stem on top. And yeah, it doesn't look like there's a lot of progress on the stem growth, but I think I can see a lot of progress from the root growth from before, where there was no roots. Okay, so anyway, that is my update video. It's been 2 weeks since I transplanted these into soil, and I will probably make another update video if there are more changes to this in a couple of weeks. Okay, thank you everybody for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.